Hello, in this video I will show you how you can export your first PCF file in under a few steps. First, what will be my first suggestion is to go to our website under the tutorial section and download from there PipeEX PCF shared parameters. Here you will find most of the parameters are we currently using, so you don't need to create them by yourself from scratch. And also all the mapping settings we have inside of our plugin already mapped to those parameters. So once you have added them, that means they already should be in a proper position. Here, for quick settings or quick guide, I will use one of the default Autodesk models available with initial Revit package. So first, we need to add shared parameters file that we just downloaded. As you can see here, we have already a lot of parameters defined, so you can use them for your daily business. For us right now, of course, the preference will be to use this group of parameters. And now we can start. We need to go to project parameters, and under the project parameters we need to create three major parameters. First will be object type. My advice will be for the first run to use it as parameters of type for all of them that we are going to add. So by default they are available for every single component you defined, and we're going to define it for several groups: pipes, pipes fittings, pipe accessories, including generic model and mechanical equipment. Once category is selected, we can click on OK, and we're going to add next one. Also, it will be parameter of type. This time it will be SKEY parameter. It also will be pipes associated categories, but this time we're not going to include SKEY to the mechanical equipment and generic models, because those categories usually associated with equipment, and equipment doesn't have such an attribute as SKEY. And then the last one will be spec. So pipe specification, class, you can call it whatever you want. In my case, it's located over here. You can find it also in the same place. Also parameter of type. And for same group of components, pipes, pipes fittings, and pipes accessories. You can click on OK. Then I can find one component as an example inside of this model. For example, I will change it to fine to see it properly. And for example, the T. And if I will open properties of the T, and we'll go to parameters of type, which are located under the edit type, we will find that they were added. You can click on OK. And next step will be to use our Quick Start tool. So what this tool does, as you can see, all the parameters are already mapped that we just added. So what it does, it look at the family name and find the keys inside of those names. And if the key is matching to the one that we defined, then it will give you object type and the SKEY. Every object type, you have a certain SKEY, and for every SKEY you have certain end types. End types we will cover in a different video. Right now it will be just to create your PCF file without any kind of extensive settings behind, so we will keep it short. Here, as you can see, for example, some of them are still failing, so you need to take action here and redefine it. Yeah, for example, if you find places or components like that, you can also keep it empty. It's not that important. Again, transition, so we can use here same reducer, pipe, and reducer SKEY. So then I think it should be correct. Ah, yeah, of course. Except end types, but well, actually end types, we haven't created parameters for that, so it shouldn't be anyway an issue. So I can click on run. And now when I will check this family, you will see that it was defined. And now the only one parameter which is missing still, what I would suggest for the first export, just to create new schedule. You can also use it as a multi-category schedule. Then you can find the parameter that has been added, place it here. You can also add object type and SKEY, just place it on the top, and then add family and type. Then under the filter, we are going to specify that this parameter must exist and that we don't want it to be as every instance itemized. But still, what we need to do here, we need to add sorting and grouping. Yeah, for example, all 4. And now we can just set the spec. Why do we need to set the spec? Because it adds structure to the PCF file, and preferably, well, it's not a preference, it's mandatory to have this field filled with information. In this case, yeah, it's just dummy. Now we can check again. And as you can see here, it was filled in. And now we can export our PCF file. I will use for that selected tool. Just click on selected tool. Select components you would like to be exported as PCF. Then select location. And now out of the exported PCF file, we can generate isometric drawing. It will be this one. I just click on create. And here, the isometric drawing was generated. As you can see here, more parameters are required, but we will cover it in a separate video. It will be mostly important for those who are planning to use our plugin to generate isometric drawings. And if your intention just to get it to some stress analysis tool, then you don't need to think about it. That's it. And if you have any kind of comments, always feel free to contact us.